Hello, everyone. Well, the Ball State softball team continued to play this weekend, and they were hoping to continue off of their straight 3 out of 4 losses. And so we'll take a look and see how that happened. They started off good, but then eventually, the Ball State women's team shut down and ended up doing poorly. Oh no. And it's working. Okay. We're going to continue on now. And the Ladies Cardinals will play an Iowa tournament starting this Friday. Before the Ball State baseball team kicks off its conference season this weekend, the Cards will battle an in-state rival Indiana tomorrow. Tomorrow's game will be the meeting between the two, beating both first. Hoosiers are on the 4 on the year, and they have won 6 of its last 7 games. Tomorrow will be the game 3 at 3 p.m. Switching to Ball State men's tennis, it seems every week they have a player. Matt Lawrence is the latest Cardinals tennis player to win the award. Lamar won all the singles and doubles matches last week. So far, the Cardinals have had a player honored on the weekly awards. 7 out of the 9 weeks. The Cards will play at Boise State Invite this weekend. The Indiana Pacers are looking for a measure of revenge tonight against the New Jersey Nets and to strengthen their playoff hopes. The Nets won the last Sunday's matchup 94-85, which left the Pacers 1 game behind the Chicago in the 7th series spot. Let's check out the highlights. Steven Jackson's David. Reggie Miller's looking good. He shoots a 3, and it's good. Later, he gets the rebound, passes it to the man, shoots it, and boom goes the dynamite. The final scores ended up with the Pacers 63 to the Nets 61. The Associated Press of the All-American first team in college baseball was announced today at Utah's 7-foot sophomore center Andrew Bogut was the leading vote receiving 61st place votes. Bogut, who is an Australian native, received very little attention in the preseason, but averaged 20 points and 12 rebounds a game for Utah. The 4 other players joining Bogut on the AP team are senior forward Wayne Summers and Kansas, and Hakan Warwick of Syracuse, junior guard J.J. Redick of Duke, and sophomore guard Chris Paul of Wake Forest rebounded out the list. Let's check out some of the scores tonight.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot for that look into sports, Brian.
Yeah.
And when we come back, we'll have one final look at weather. Stay tuned.
Please have a seat. Put your bag down. We have a lot to talk about, including the mixed reception you just got. But first, let's talk about game. It was a 5-0 vote.
Yes.
Now, you said so yourself. You got your hands dirty for McCray and Amanda. So why do you think they chose to keep Andy and not you?
I think it might be just because of my competition wins. They might think it's easier to beat Andy going forward. I'm not sure, but I know that they're more loyal to him because he's been with them longer.
Unanimous. What happened to Gina Marie's vote?
Well, the House has been voting together just so that they don't become targets. And I told Gina Marie that since there's no way that I would get the votes, to just go ahead and vote with the House so that she's not a target.
That was big of you.
Thank you.
From the beginning, you and Alyssa were like oil and water.
Yes.
You guys made it no secret that you did not like each other.
Yes.
Why did you dislike Alyssa so much?
We became friends really soon in the house, and I love Rachel. And when I found out that she was Rachel's sister and that she had not told me that, I was confused about that and maybe what else she had been lying about. And then she had gone around saying that she thought that I was going to be the MVP, and it was putting a target on my back. And so it scared me, and I just separated myself from her because I didn't think that she was going to be good for my game.
In the early days of this game, you said some pretty harsh things about your fellow housemates. Amanda even tried to warn you, give you heads up that some of your words others were interpreting as being racist. How do you respond to that?
Being Southern, it's a stereotype, and I have said some things that have been taken completely out of context and wrong, and I do not mean to ever come off racist. That's not me, and I apologize to anyone that I've offended for that.
We want to point out everyone in the house went in knowing that everything they say, everything they do gets broadcast live on the internet. So when you say the intention was not to hurt anyone, let me just read back a few of the things you said. Referring to Candace, you said, "Be careful what you say in the dark. Might not be able to see the bitch." Referring to Helen, you said, "Shut up. Go make some rice."
I didn't.
And referring to Andy, you said, "No one's going to vote for whoever that queer puts up." Can you see how those things can be interpreted as racist and as homophobic?
I do. I do not remember saying those things, and those things were not meant to be. That was not meant to be serious. And if I said those things, I feel horrible for that, and I regret that. I don't even know what else to say about that.
I'm salad man. Oh, geez, I'm like a lettuce kind of salad guy. I don't know. Or I'm whatever. I could be whatever. I could be lettuce. You know what I mean?
Pintor, admitido alcohólico, como ha dicho, lo reduzco, lo sintetizo. Es un hombre extraordinario. Muchas gracias por haber venido esta noche. Gracias. ¿Por qué esta película El Rito? Why this film? Why The Rito? The Rito.
Oh, the right. Why?
Sí, El Rito, ¿por
It was a very
qué?
good script.
¿Es lo que toma en cuenta usted para aceptar una película?
Can't hear.
Sí, ¿qué toma en cuenta usted para aceptar una película? Why do you accept one film?
Why do I accept one
Yes.
film?
Anyone, why?
Well, because
¿Por qué
it,
aceptó una película? Bueno, pues
gives me
porque
something to do.
¿Qué aprecia usted en un director? ¿No está escuchando la traducción? A ver, ¿no quiere subir, por favor, el volumen?
There's no sound.
No sound.
no hay sonido.
I knew this was. Yeah.
What do you care more about a director?
¿Qué le importa más de un director? Perdón, ¿usted?
What do I want?
What do you care more?
¿Qué le importa más?
Well, if a good director is
Bueno, un buen
creative
director es
and
creativo.
¿El Rito está basada en hechos reales? ¿Es a real history de ritos?
it's a real history.
Yes.
It's a real story. Yes. Based
Sí,
on
sí, es una
fact.
historia real basada en
it's
hechos
about,
y se trata de...
Este es el rito, miren.
Hundreds of people turned out tonight for the unveiling of a very controversial statue.
Yeah, it really is. The Satanic Temple of Detroit revealed the one-ton bronze statue. Their message, they say, more about laws protecting religious freedom than about Satan. Priya Mann joins us live. Priya, I know there were some protesters out there this evening. Did the event remain calm?
Steve Sander, Detroit police say this was a relatively peaceful event. There were a few protesters early on that tried blocking the doors so people couldn't get in to get tickets. They were told to step back, which they did. The Satan statue will be unveiled tonight at a secret location. As a small group of protesters prayed, hundreds waited for tickets to the unveiling of an 8-foot-tall bronze statue of a goat-headed Satan. Most of the people here agree with the teachings of the Satanic Temple, the group responsible for the event.
I'm just excited to see my Lord and Savior Baphomet represented in such glorious Italian stone. I do hope his eyes gaze upon me and that my allegiance is recognized. I don't know. Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Protesters took the heavy rainfall as some sort of sign and even brought their own statue of an angel crushing the devil.
Part of me wishes that angel statue would come to life, and King Baphomet would rise, and two eternal juggernauts would do battle right here in the middle of the city. But for what is this battle raging, you ask? I don't know. What stands at the center? To that I say, my soul is at the center, offered up to the ageless ones, only to be torn in twain.
The unveiling here in Detroit is historic. The Satan statue has never before been seen publicly. The Satanic Temple says the statue is a symbol for what they advocate, the separation of church and state.
It's like you can't have one without the other, you know? Like I'm equal parts God and the devil. A cloak of shame covers this man, and only supreme light will wash my body clean. But how could that light possibly reach me with the thick clouds of indecency that surround my poor soul? So I carry my wrongdoings on my back like some kind of tormented hiker, lost in the hills of misfortune, looking desperately for that peak to rescue him from the valley of depraved habitual self-pleasuring. But again, I find nothing except for sweaty, devastated loneliness and 1,000 judging eyes staring back at me from the cover of a stolen Victoria's Secret catalog. I didn't take your mail, Mrs. Pemberton. Stop asking me that. Leave me alone! I don't know. Satan's pretty cool.
Now, it's important to note that the Satan statue will not stay here in Detroit. The Satanic Temple wants to take the statue to Arkansas. At the state capitol there is a monument to the 10 Commandments. They want to put the statue next to it as a form of protest. So again, the Satan statue will not stay here in Detroit. Reporting live, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, the controversy will move south.
Could they just please move that show to a black neighborhood just one time? That's all I That's all I ask. All right. All right, more jokes, more jokes, people, more jokes. Here's some advice, fellas. You never wanna. Here's some advice, fellas. When you're with your lady, you never want to look at another girl and make it obvious. She'll slap the hell out of you like, what the hell? Are you just looking at another girl's butt? No, I promise, never do such a thing, you know. What you gotta do, fellas, is take my advice on this. You gotta be clever about this shit. If you just wait, fellas, your girl will eventually, unknowingly help you out on this. She'll be like, oh my god, that's so disgusting. That girl's barely wearing anything at all. What? Where? Oh, you're right. How can she wear that? That's just degrading to women. The way her boobs are falling out like that, that's just wrong. Hold on one second, honey. I'm gonna go over there right now. I gotta go over there right now and explain to her that is not appropriate. No, it's not appropriate to be wearing that. No. But I got more jokes, people. Thank you for. I just want to move this thing up. There we go. Boom. More jokes incoming right now. Okay.
You're tired.
I remember it now. I remember my joke. Okay. Remember, fellas, if you want to have remember, fellas, if you want to have a good relationship with your female companion, you got to be the one who gives her oral sex. You got to take care of her needs, fellas. You know, women love that shit. You know, I was talking to a girl recently who explained it to me. She was like, yeah, this one guy, he tried to eat me out, and I was like, really, dude? Come on, man. Can you please just fuck my pussy? I'm not at junior high anymore. I'm also fucking dead. You know? More jokes incoming. More jokes incoming. Okay. Next joke is coming. There's too many people in prison, man. How the hell is smoking marijuana a crime? And let's be honest, everyone is a criminal in some way, okay? Like Jesus said, he who is without sin may cast the first stone. Everyone's done something bad, okay? It just depends on the level of badness. Now, I understand there's really bad high-level crimes like robbing a bank or murder. I understand that. But there's also the lower-level crimes that no one cares about, like jaywalking or stealing a pack of bubblegum or having non-consensual sex with a college girl. And I guess my point is we shouldn't care about the small crimes because you're not hurting anyone important when you do them. This is fun for me. This is fun for me. Okay, more jokes. They're gonna keep on coming for like about another 6 minutes. All right. No, I need 6 minutes, please. Okay. Oh yeah. I met a girl once who told me a story about how she was afraid of cocaine. She said that the drug was so powerful and she liked it so much that she would be afraid whenever she walked into a party, fearing someone might have it. She said that she knew that if someone brought it out, then that was done. She was over. She wouldn't be able to say no, and she wouldn't know what her next 10 hours would be. And I was just like, bitch, I gotta get you some fucking cocaine, you know? That sounds like what you fucking need, right? Some cocaine. All right, more jokes. More jokes are coming. Okay, wait, shut up, Jordan. Do not laugh.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I will laugh as I please.
Okay, you can laugh a little bit then.
The fake anthem from the movie Borat was played instead of Kazakhstan's real anthem during a sharpshooter's gold medal ceremony. Are you kidding? My gosh, this happened in Kuwait, and the competition officials apologized to the team from Kazakhstan, saying that this was unintentional. I guess that woman was very gracious and not going, what? Well, if you haven't seen, Borat makes some pretty insulting jokes about Kazakhstan. The competition then had a do-over medal ceremony the next day.
Would get a picture of you, and then it would be posted all around, and it'll happen in your office.
Yeah, possibly.
You don't think so?
Well, it depends, you know.
Dina, I've got some time and a camera. Why don't you stop by? No. Okay. Do you think that with American Idol, this is really pretty much a win-win for them? I mean, they've got to be saying to themselves, ha, the hot one and naked pictures, this is great.
Well, yeah, it's certainly a great...
Taking a picture so you can put it on your wall. Ready? Where's the locker button?
Oh, it's inside. Yeah, you know, I don't know. Solamente un two-wheel drive.
What's the problem with most of them?
Yeah. No está tiene locker button, no está three-wheel drive.
Maybe about $1,500 you can make a four-wheel drive.
Oh, yeah.
That way. Yeah. I got 30 feet of strap. It shouldn't be that hard. It should just be able to wiggle it a little.
It is a big truck.
Yeah,
it pulls trees out by roots.
But it can't pull itself over an oversized.
That was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
It ripped my tow hook off.
Yeah.
I think you pulled a little too hard.
Well, pulling is one thing. Going backwards at 20 miles an hour is stupid.
That tow hook just, did it shear my whole frame?
Yeah.
It did, didn't it? Because that's not supposed to come off there.
No.
Did you expect that to break? No, however, you were right. It did pull the truck off.
Yeah, great. I owe you a tank of gas.
Well, I didn't think it was going to rip the tow hooks off the truck.
I didn't think you were going 20 backwards.
Yeah, you just barreled back. I'm like, oh crap.
Well, that's what you do with these straps. You just go.
No. You put a little bit of pressure on until she comes down and she'll pull herself out.
Het enige wat me altijd ontzettend irriteert op een festival zijn de lange wachtrijen bij de wc. Op dit moment kunnen we erin. Dus ik ga even checken hoe schoon ze hier zijn. Volgens mij is dit het mannengedeelte. Nee, je zou bijna denken dat je gewoon een biertje eruit kan scheppen. Flinke schuimkraag. Oh. Een beetje...
This isn't a urinal, is it?
I think it is, man.
Fresh.
Wow. Wow. Oké, even serieus. Mag ik heel even wat vragen? Even voor de record. Is dit een pisbak?
Ja.
En serieus, wat hebben wij net gefilmd?
Vind je een beetje raar?
Oh, maar ik ben heel even sprakeloos. De beste man was zijn handen aan het wassen in een pisbak.
Kun je het zien? Hier, die daar. Kijk, daar gaat hij. Oké, Peter, klaar? Peter, pak er. Peter, heel goed. Lopen, kom op, lopen. Oké, you. Bord, pak het bord. Hou er vast, hè, Peter. Remco, meekomen. Els mee. Peter, hou er vast. Ja, kom op, zij. Goed zo, heel goed. Oké, nee, je hebt helemaal niks gedaan. Tuurlijk niet, heb je helemaal niks gedaan. Oké, gefeliciteerd. Jij bent de 10.000ste winkeldief van dit pand. Jawel, pak vast. Kijk. Leuk, wat hebben we allemaal? Een muts. 10.000. We hebben champagne. Kijk eens, we hebben champagne. Voor jou, dat je goed bent. Dat heb je goed gedaan. Nou, en echt een hele taart. Jam.